Thank you, Mr. Wangutetola. Now we have to continue. In the next, we have again a slogan shouting. We demand human rights! We demand human rights! We demand human rights! Tibet is burning! Tibet is burning! We want justice! We want justice! We want justice! Release all the political prisoners! Release all the political prisoners! We want! We want! We want! Tibet blast you! Tibet blast you! Tibet blast you! Long live! Long live! Long live! Let the Dalai Lama! Let the Dalai Lama! Let the Dalai Lama! Shame on Chinese government! Shame on Chinese government! Shame on Chinese government! Coronavirus! Coronavirus! COVID-19! 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 Make China accountable! Make China accountable! Make China accountable! Chinese coronavirus! Chinese coronavirus! Chinese coronavirus! Shame on Chinese government! Shame on Chinese government! Human rights! Human rights! Release all the political prisoners! Release all the political prisoners! We want! We want! We want! Tibet blast you! Tibet blast you! We demand human rights! We demand human rights! Tibet is burning! Tibet is burning! We want justice! United Nations! United Nations! United Nations! United Nations! No more sleeping! No more sleeping! No more sleeping! Shame on Chinese government! Shame! 최소 배당 capture 속배 성미 surba kushap rene lonche chone sushenangyu. Thank you, Mr. Migmala. And now we have next speech from Mr. René Longe, representative of Swiss Tibetan Friendship Association.
Chers amis tibétaines, chers amis tibetans, es ist für mich eine Ehre, Sie hier in Genf im Namen der Gesellschaft Schweiz-Tibetischer Freundschaft begrüßen zu dürfen, anlässlich des Internationalen Menschenrechtstags und vor diesem geschichtsträchtigen Gebäude der UNO. Die vor 75 Jahren von der Staatengemeinschaft definierte und angenommene Menschenrechtscharta der UNO hält das universell gültige Recht eines jeden Menschen auf seine unantastbare Würde und Freiheit fest. Jeder Mitgliedstaat der UNO hat sich dazu verpflichtet, aber 75 Jahre danach muss festgestellt werden, dass in weiten Teilen der Welt diese Grundrechte mit Füßen getreten werden. Und im Einzugsgebiet Chinas ist das die allgemeingültige Regel. Das Schicksal Tibets ist dafür ein eklatantes Beispiel. Aber es ist auch ein Zeichen für die gesamte Welt. Was Tibet angetan wird, geht uns alle ganz direkt an. Und solange Tibet nicht frei ist, kann auch die Welt nicht frei sein. Die Freundschaft zwischen unseren beiden Völkern, das Schweizer Volk und das tibetische Volk, begann im Jahre 1961, als die Schweizer Regierung den Beschluss gefasst hat, 1000 Tibeterinnen und Tibetern eine neue Heimstätte anzubieten. Seither haben wir uns kennengelernt und schätzen gelernt. Insbesondere auch würdigen wir Schweizerinnen und Schweizer den wichtigen, nicht mehr wegzudenkenden Beitrag der Tibeter an die Kultur, die Lebensweise und die Lebensweisheit, die Tibet ausstrahlt an die ganze Menschheit. Das ist ein sehr wichtiger Beitrag für uns alle. Der Aufstieg Chinas zu einer der bedeutendsten Wirtschaftsmächte der Welt hat leider auch in der Schweiz zu einer Anbiederung an die chinesischen Machthaber aus Erwartung von wirtschaftlichen Vorteilen geführt. Die Balance zwischen wirtschaftlichen Aspekten und Verteidigung der Menschenrechte wird so zugunsten der Wirtschaft und zu Ungunsten der Menschenrechte verschoben. Und das können wir nicht annehmen. Somit ist die Aufgabe der GSTF wichtiger als je. Wir werden nicht tolerieren, dass chinesische Agenten in der Schweiz tibetische Asylsuchende beschnüffeln. Und das noch mit dem Segen des Bundesrates. Wir haben kürzlich erfahren, dass dieser Geheimvertrag nun nicht weitergeführt wird. Und das ist ein großer Etappensieg für uns alle. Das ist die Bewegung der Tibeter, das ist die Bewegung der Menschenrechte, das ist die Bewegung der Unterstützer der Asylsuchenden, die diesen Erfolg erreicht hat. Wir werden nicht tolerieren, dass die offizielle Schweiz Tibeterinnen und Tibeter einfach als Chinesen bezeichnet. Wir werden nicht tolerieren, dass hier einige 100 Sans-Papiers lange Lebensjahre in einem angstvollen Schwebezustand verbringen müssen. Wir werden nicht zulassen, dass die offizielle Schweiz den Dalai Lama weiterhin ignoriert und der chinesischen Schreckensherrschaft hofiert. Wir werden nicht zulassen, dass Tibet und was dort jede Minute, jede Stunde, jede Woche, jedes Jahr den Tibeterinnen und den Tibetern angetan wird in ihrer eigenen Heimat, dass das einfach vergessen geht. Wir werden das alles nicht zulassen. Wir werden nicht zulassen, dass die Verbrechen der chinesischen Machthaber an Kultur, Volk, Natur, Umwelt, Vergangenheit und Zukunft von Tibet, ihre millionenfache Vergehen, einfach hingenommen werden. Wir werden nicht ruhen, bis Tibet frei ist. We stand with Tibet, we struggle with you for your rights, for your freedom, for your culture, for your future. We stand with you, freedom for Tibet, but also freedom for China and freedom for the world.
고쇼 르네 로셰라라 니타번에 토체 춘제도 아니데 스위스 페리미마 스위스 리네스탄 페리미마기 안코라 드린데 내염다 딘데도네 공예 정부였대 안들데 간데 시교나제 안데 까메나 안디 저 됐다 뒤지고 말해 남귀네 비게 지게 배배돌아 한 레벨 비게 지게 잡교난 게 숙성부실에 제상 안디 구샵 르네노 셀라라 마스테 스위스타 리덴스타이나 유베 그리 참에 삽슈는데 닝타번에 도체 제다지다니 점거는 버지게 차대 지원 대표 조직 수회에 to express our deepest gratitude and thankfulness to Mr. René Lonchier for attending today's event
despite the ongoing critical condition of coronavirus, and more so for the unwavering support for Tibet and Tibetans over the last many years. As a gesture of our gratitude, please let me present a kata and a book by His Holiness the Dalai Lama with important quotations from His Holiness the Dalai Lama to Mr. Rene Longche. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Tuchiche, Mr. Longche, the teacher la community Europe Hoki Shunu Tunzoki, Tsokso, Jamgu, Shizasang, Tashila Chone.
Thank you, Mr. Rene Longche, for your speech. And now we have next Mr. Tashi Shizusa. Mrs. Tashi Shizusa, sorry. And she is the president of Tibetan Youth Association in Europe.
창문을 다시들래 통모델라 단다 네임 디캅라 아니 드라미 톱단 이모라 ngoge디 thadi chethoni ani Swiss-ta Liechtenstein gi peri mimangla ning thakbane thuje che shuai an thering anzo nyamde gyazo dunla zom yuji ani ngegi tamshe di inge thone phichwache. We are here today in front of the United Nations to commemorate the International Day of Human Rights, to commemorate the Declaration of Human Rights that was passed 72 years ago by the United Nations. A declaration by an institution that has failed not only us Tibetans, but millions of oppressed people around the world. For over 70 years, the Declaration of Human Rights has served as a principle for the member states of the UN to safeguard freedom, dignity, and the rights of every human being. As we all know, China has been a member state of the UN since its founding in 1945. So you would think that China knows human rights. You would expect China to respect human rights. But why, if Article 2 of the Declaration of Human Rights grants that every single human being is equal, why are Tibetans inside Tibet treated as second-class citizens in their own country? If Article 13 grants everybody the right to leave their country, then please tell me why were the 12 young Hong Kongers who were trying to leave for Taiwan captured and detained by the Chinese government? If Article 23 grants everybody the free choice of employment, then why are millions of Uyghurs forced in internment camps and forced to work? If Article 19 of the Declaration of Human Rights says that everybody has freedom of expression, then why did the Chinese government detain Tibetan singer Hundup Chakpa for his song Black Hat? As I said, China has been a member state of the UN since its founding in 1945. Not only that, just recently, 2 months ago in October this year, China has been re-elected to the Human Rights Council. And while it was encouraging to see that China has received the least votes this year and is losing support within the UN, it is still heartbreaking to see that 139 member states voted China into the Human Rights Council. Because it proves that those 139 UN member states happily turn a blind eye on human rights abuses as long as it benefits them. That they value political power more than human rights and human life. And that these 139 people, at the end of the day, put profit over people. So this only goes to show that we cannot count on them. We cannot wait for these people to come and save us. Because it is on us to continue the struggle for freedom inside Tibet. It is on us to step up, to make more noise, to gather more support and create more awareness. We need to leave our petty disputes and differences aside and focus all of our strength and our energy on the people inside Tibet. Because I believe that we all, every single one of us here, everybody watching this live stream, that every single one of us has the power to bring actual change inside Tibet. So if we are able to step up, if we are able to work more closely, not only within our communities, but also with our allies and with our supporters, then I believe one day these people will have no other choice but to listen to us, to finally hold China accountable so that we can restore freedom and peace inside Tibet. Thank you so much. Pegalo!
She's a Sandrashla to Cheshui, Sushepe Masi, Numbunang Shui, the DJ La Sunny Pugi, Pumisokbe Soshu, Jamgu, Jordan Cancer, Jordan Cancer, Nonzilla Chone, Sunshin Angui.
Thank you, Mr. Shizala. Now I would like to request Ms. Nonzamla. She is a Tibetan Women Association in Switzerland. She's right now a Vice President of the TWA Switzerland.
Liebe Landsleute und Freunde Tibets, es ist mir eine Freude und Ehre, heute im Namen von tibetischer Frauenorganisation in der Schweiz hier zu sein. Wir sind hier, um des Tages der Menschenrechte zu gedenken, der gleichzeitig der Jahrestag der Verleihung des Friedensnobelpreises an seine Heiligkeit, den 14. Dalai Lama ist. An diesem denkwürdigen Tag appellieren wir zusammen an den Bundesrat, unsere Volksvertreterinnen und Volksvertreter sowie die Vereinten Nationen, China für die grassierenden Menschenrechtsverletzungen nicht nur in Tibet, sondern auch in anderen Gebieten unter dem Regime der chinesischen Regierung, wie in Ostturkestan, die südliche Mongolei und Hongkong zur Rechenschaft zu ziehen. Wir treffen uns in der Schweiz, einem besonderen Land, das Geburtsort der Vereinten Nationen ist. Die UNO-Menschenrechtskommission trifft sich regelmäßig in der Schweiz, nämlich in Genf. Wir haben daher als Einwohner des Gastlandes eine besondere Verpflichtung, eine starke Botschaft. Die UNO und die UNHCR, aber auch zahlreiche Regierungen auf der ganzen Welt folgen seit Jahren des Irrglauben, dass Wirtschaftsbeziehungen, sogenannter Dialog oder die Gewährung von Olympischen Spielen endlich die katastrophale Menschenrechtsbilanz der Volksrepublik China verbessern oder sie auf dem Weg der Demokratie führen würden. Das Gegenteil ist der Fall. Wir haben eine starke Zunahme der Angriffe auf die unter Chinas Herrschaft lebende Gemeinschaften erlebt. Den Bau eines riesigen Überwachungssystems in besetzten Tibet und Ostturkestan, die Einkehrung von Millionen von Uiguren, die jüngste Zerstörung von Ein-Land-Zwei-System in Hongkong, die Zerstörung der südlichen Mongolei, Kultur und Sprache, die anhaltende militärische Einschüchterung und geopolitische Schikanierung Taiwans und anderer Länder rund um das südchinesische Meer sowie die Inhaftierung, das Verschwinden und Tod unzähliger chinesischer Anwälte, Feministinnen, Demokratieaktivisten und alle anderen, die von der kommunistischen Partei als Bedrohung angesehen werden. Entschuldigung. Tibet wurde nach Syrien 5 Jahre in Folge als der zweitwenigste freie Ort der Welt für bürgerliche und politische Rechte aufgeführt. Wir haben Zwangsräumungen und Abrisse an buddhistischen Städten, darunter Harungar und Yachengar, erlebt. China hat die höchste Zahl von Journalisten weltweit inhaftiert. Freedom House hat China 2019 zum 4. Mal in Folge als Land mit dem schlimmsten Missbrauch der Internetfreiheit eingestuft. Seit 2016 hat die chinesische Regierung eine Reihe von Gesetzen verabschiedet, die die Menschenrechte und Grundfreiheiten der Tibeter weiter einschränken. Obwohl China Mitglied der UNO und seit mehreren Amtszeiten Mitglied des UNHCR ist, zeigt es keinerlei Zusammenarbeit mit der internationalen Gemeinschaft und missachtet alle Werte, die in der Charta der UNO verankert sind. China reagiert nicht auf Anfragen nach Berichten zu Menschenrechtsaspekten. Für zahlreiche Berichte, die China vorlegen müsste, sind die Antworten seit bis zu 17 Jahren ausstehend. Alle Ersuche, Tibet ungehindert Zugang für internationale Delegationen oder UNHCR-Kommissare zu gewähren, wurden in den letzten 22 Jahren abgelehnt. Drängen Sie China, aufrichtig und ernsthafte Gespräche mit Vertretern seiner Heiligkeit des Dalai Lama zu führen, um eine friedliche Lösung der Tibet-Frage zu erreichen. Drängen Sie China, Zugang zu gewähren und den Aufenthaltsort von Tibets 11. Panchen Lama, Gendinche Geneva, seiner gesamten Familie und alle anderen politischen Gefangenen bekannt zu geben und sie freizulassen. Verhindern Sie, dass China weiter systematisch die Ziele und Werte der UNO untergräbt. Um es in den Worten von Rabindranath Tagore zu sagen, "The false can never grow into truth by growing in power." Now with this, I'd like to speak in English. Today marks an important day for the Tibetans. On the one hand, it is a time of celebration because His Holiness the Dalai Lama was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize on this day in 1989. But on the other hand, it is a sad day for us because my fellow Tibetans in Tibet continue to suffer under one of the most brutal regimes. While many nations across the world commemorate this day with achievements and progress on human rights, the same cannot be said for the Tibetans because to the United Nations, the Declaration of Human Rights that was adopted 72 years ago is not applicable to the Tibetans. This is our day of mourning and protest. As such, we are here yet again to raise our voice against the double standard nature of the United Nations. According to the Article 2 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, adopted by the United Nations, quote, "Everyone is entitled to all the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration without distinction of any kind, such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth, or other status," unquote. But beneath the veneer of these lofty ideals lies the hypocrisy that is the United Nations, mired in controversy with self-serving interests. In short, this declaration is just an eyewash to fool the world. To the members of the United Nations, the Tibetans are non-existent and not a part of human race. The word Tibet does not exist in the vocabulary of many world leaders, in spite of knowing well that Tibet was an independent nation until China illegally occupied our country in 1959. For these leaders, it is a taboo to utter the word Tibet, simply to appease the China. In spite of our repeated appeals and countless representations to this body with the credible evidences of human rights abuses in Tibet, this world body has turned blind and deaf to the blatant atrocities perpetrated by China. It is a time for UN to pull up China for their continued disregard and abuse to this declaration to which China was a signatory. The United Nations has fallen short of the noble goals it enshrined in the declaration because it is not transparent and honest in its deliberations and dealings. The United Nations must ensure that China adhere to the contents of the declarations in spirit and in letter. The situation in Tibet is grim today. What is happening in Tibet is unthinkable. In recent weeks, a reign of terror similar to the Cultural Revolution of the 60s was unleashed in Tibet. Arbitrary arrest, forced sterilization, labor camps, ethnic cleansing, state censorship, widespread torture, curbing of religious freedoms are the norms in Tibet today. So is the forcible relocation of the nomads that is continuing unabated. In short, discrimination against the Tibetans are on fronts, be it socio-economy, religion, and politics. Over 150 people have burned themselves for freedom in Tibet. Yet, except for a few sympathies, nothing has changed. In Tibet, paradoxically, it took one Mohammad Bouazizi in Tunisia who set himself on fire to change the policies of many members countries of the United Nations on the Middle East and help remove dictators and free the Arab world. Sadly, Tibet continues to be a hell on earth, ruled by one of the most brutal regimes in the world. So I ask, why is this indifference to the Tibetans? And what has the United Nations done to alleviate the sufferings of the Tibetans inside Tibet? The international media is elusive when it comes to Tibet and has failed to expose these shocking sacrifices to the world. Silence is betrayal, silence is violence. The media needs to be more responsible to stand by the ethics to speak up for the injustices. The current situation in Tibet warrants for immediate UN intervention. As China's persecution of Tibetans continued unabated, we call on the United Nations to take cognizance of the current state of affairs and address these long-pending issues of Tibet. In addition, we ask that the United Nations send a fact fact-finding mission to investigate the current situation in Tibet. It is time for action and to stand on the principles it was founded upon. It is a critical juncture of Tibet, with China bent on removing Tibet from the face of the earth. Tibet, with its unique heritage, has so much to contribute to the world in terms of ancient knowledge that can help tackle negative emotions with the potential to contribute to the world peace. It will be a colossal loss to the humanity if the issue of Tibet is not resolved. If the world continues its indifferent attitudes to the suffering of the Tibetans inside Tibet, it bodes ill for the entire humanity, as His Holiness the Dalai Lama's friend and fellow Nobel laureate L. Wiesel puts it. Indifference, to me, is the epitome of evil. Today, I would like to appeal to my adopted country, Switzerland, to take the initiative of urging the Chinese government to talk to the representative of His Holiness the Dalai Lama to resolve the issue of Tibet. Additionally, I also like to urge Swiss government to uphold the values of liberty and equality and to speak on the human rights issue in Tibet. And finally, let the United Nations know that we have resolved to commit ourselves to the just cause of Tibet, as my previous generations have done here at the United Nations in the past. My generation will be followed by the next and the next until the issue of Tibet is resolved and with His Holiness the Dalai Lama returning to his rightful country. Until then, we will never give up. We will not relent. To my fellow Tibetans, I would like to appeal to unite, for unity is strength. We must strive to ensure that the sacrifices of our martyrs do not go in vain, for they gave their today for our tomorrow. Let us not remain silent, but remind the United Nations of Martin Luther King's quote, who said, "No one is free until we are all free." So, continue to make noises until the world hears us out. Long live His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Save Tibet. Peu Gelo.
Swiss Pögeperi. Für mich auch wirklich so schön und so lala tujicheshwe so schön am bala ani satun de matsuki mira mangune mutu beki tamja de nyamdo yinshwe yi ta di jela nga su schön nange so kanga thari nibugi su schön nange kanga trupsu an di jela gibe nange yinshwe.
Thank you, Mr. Nonzom, Jode Councilor, Tibetan woman. I'm the Vice President of Tibetan Women Organization in Switzerland, for your speech. And now we have, next we have a slogan shouting. Yeah, here comes Mr. Pamela.
Hello.
We demand human rights!
In Tibet!
Human rights!
In Tibet!
Human rights!
In Tibet!
Tibet is burning!
China is lying!
Tibet is burning!
China is lying!
Tibet is burning!
China is lying!
We want justice!
In Tibet!
We want justice!
In Tibet!
We want justice!
In Tibet!
Long live! Long live!
United Nations! United Nations! No more sleeping! No more sleeping! No more sleeping! Shame on Chinese government! Shame on Chinese government! Shame on Chinese government! Long live! Long live! Long live!
We demand human rights in. We demand human rights. We demand human rights. We demand human rights. Tibet is burning. Tibet is burning. Tibet is burning. We want. We want. We want. We want. Release all the political prisoners. Release all the political prisoners. We want. We want. We want. Tibet belongs to. Tibet belongs to. Tibet belongs to. Long live. Long live. Long live. We want justice. We want justice. We want justice. Tibet is burning. Tibet is burning. Tibet is burning. We demand human rights. We demand human rights. We demand human rights. Tibet belongs.
送的南句语，俺的当当的医学语。
Thank you all. Now we have words of truth prayer, and then I request anyone from the members and Nonzila also to come on the stage. 전주라 얘나야 페로나시
나온다니라. 그냥 기업 시험 거라. 아니 그냥 되면 나
Let's sit down. Let's sit down.
세매연대 야세 배나시 양초조라
우시다 공배 뒤숭대시 세다 로마시
세고디 팔람다 탐주디 투지체 순셰 난게디 다리 아주 스위스 리텐션 피비미마 소소 삼전 누블라니
Tuchina, thank you. And now in the end we have our last program. The TCSL President Mrs. Samdan Novla will give a word of thanks speech.
as the Terengi Lerim the Judum Kayakita to the Leso, and number so that they Tuche Shuek that the Camus should do the static Kashore as the Fujibe Chale, that's the mistake that the Namdu Tongota, Anjika, Mogota, the neck of Supego, as Pevatameki, Lengere, Chesante. Tuche Shuane, Tajik, Kesu Doji, Nigadu, Jeza, in a Tati Chigden, Todan Chone, Re numbers of Tuche Shugi, and then Zozo Gongo Tunju, Jordan, Tunju Chalenage, Sondajela, the Musigunaje, Golom Navare, Ani Tunju Legone, Jidan and Amgune, Javne Chige, Dua Yixia Sunaire, the Chazan Bige, Charonaje, the Yu, and the Gongo Tunju Ube. And to you, Legongi, Chalenang Tamala, Ning Tabane, Tochana, Shugi, the end the Gongo Judu, Santa Chabalata, Ani, Udem Chuegi, Gongo Judu, Tata Wambolani, the Kande to Zutana Jani, the Yamshona, the Ani, Kolomna, the Ning Tabane, Tochana, Shueda, and the Jasona Basogi, the Tricolor. Now, and the Tuzutana, the Pevade, Nintabane Tuchena, and the Chugosumgi, Sozota, Ani Kundra, the Kuzab numbers of Pesha, the Tuchena Shui, the Mimane, the Kashi, the Pesha, numbers of Pigay Kengu Chimbushi, the name that the Yovate, near the Kande de Peche, Yamshu Nabate. Sama Tuchena and the 3D Serim Diagusta Johnson, the Naste Suski Timdone, as the Shivane Yagusta, the 3D Penge to Chazangi, Toshongi, Tradition Shu, and then the Nuson de Toshona Yanjiga, Tewa Juguere, Tewa Yanjiga, Shavanda Mevatus. Jujan, the Tata Yagu Johnson, and I was a day share the carriage, the carriage, and Parut Padashana, and Labadi, Manjuna, to the Cheche, Chiragi, and Nippigat, Timgit, Tonang as the Konge Kagame, Chazante, Yagusta Johnson, and Sama Nindavan Tuchana, Missing the Tuminamoso, Tanji, Chudiching as the page, the Tadina, and the Parula Tig. Geneva Sojone, Soja Tarina Yore, and the Timinamozo Yachik Shambaki, Chalet, Charonache, and Timinamozola, Ning Tabone Tuchena, Chazante, the Yamshunange, Tamala, Ning Tabone Tuchena, was the name that the Netone Kunge Chamber Yorte, and Tamasogi, Tugan Chimbushi, Yamdo, Hensho Navade, and if Sister Livingston, Sojuta, and Timinamba Tamet of the Nintabane Tuchena, and Jema Yanjige Jinda Sumbena, that you, Jinda Sumbe, Chulangas, the Pemi Kelangitan, Mugo Yoro, Tikason, Jeyu, Los Antamotojan, the 디마시야 대ям다 딘데토네 딘데 임바네 미마 군데나 망부테 님도 나스나 고에제어데 다다다디 트레덴다 딘데토네 마주티 투미나버지 공부체세나제 안지게 나버서 미마 차상을 비게 트레덴토네 다지게 답시다 공에 맞에 주동하ste 저선나보다 아니 투미나버서도 스타리지제 도시 조요레 제주에 한 참아토체나
다 다리기 제림 도신 두바이 다 타된데 라치노 공탄고 좀 아니 그제 깨졌대지 토지 공된 타다 빼면 행기 두바다 벽이 된다 뉴도 세면데 참에다지 아니 다른게 대파 마도 마마페가 나타나 아니도 살 som지 캔스 캠베스타로나 방고들 치노 공탄고 좀 그제 틸로 깨졌네 깨때 뭐시 깨때 뭐시 선들어나 니버들라 원저기 벽이 된다 뉴도 세워 쇼선데 캔스 뉴도 세워시 템데 치지 क्या दिन से कैसे कुछ के जने के जब टेम्बशो क्या दिन से कैसे कुछ के जने के जब टेम्बशो किनो गोस्टम को जब कुछ के जने के जब टेम्बशो फेंके दंता न्यूdo सेवशो फेंके दंता न्यूdo सेवशो फेंके दंता न्यूdo सेवशो ओ फेंके लो तुझे